At last, it is Israel Adesanya fight week. Um, so yeah, for all the casuals out there, Israel Adesanya is fighting Joe Pyfer, main event of UFC Seattle this week, Saturday night. Israel Adesanya is my favorite fighter ever. If y'all don't know me, I am so excited for his fight return. And yeah, I'm just gonna be explaining why Israel Adesanya will knock out and TKO Joe Pyfer. Um, yes, I know he lost to Nestor Imavov. Yes, I know he lost to DDP, and I predicted Izzy to win both. But this is different. Watch. I will say, if Izzy does actually lose this fight, I think it is time to retire. And this should be his retirement fight if he loses. But if not, he needs to keep going and potentially go get that title back. So yeah. Israel Adesanya, he hasn't fought since February of 2025. Again, when he fought Nastania Mavov and he lost via TKO in the second round. Joe Pyfer, he's coming off a win. He hasn't fought since October 2025 against Abbas Magomedov, where he won by submission submission in the second round. So yeah, Israel Adesanya, obviously, you know what I said about him. He is the greatest MMA striker of all time, and he is top 5 fighter of all time. He's number 4 in the UFC all time on my rankings, and he's one of the greatest boxers to ever do it, MMA boxers, and just one of the greatest to ever do it in general. Joe Pyfer, he's been making a good mark. He's on a big win streak right now. He's been looking really good. He's a great boxer. This man has a lot of power in his hands, and he's got some pretty solid wrestling game too. Pyfer obviously has a chance. I'm not counting him off. But this is why Israel Adesanya is going to knock him out. Izzy loves to keep his range, keep his distance. He trains with Alexander Volkanovski a lot. So he kind of fights similar to him when it comes to keeping his range. Izzy loves to feint leg kicks, feint question mark kicks, feint body kicks. Izzy is the best kickboxer to ever do it, guys. He really is. He's the best at doing this. He just loves to feint his kicks. He uses his jab well, uses the 1-2 well, has a really nice uppercut, love really good hooks, very dangerous, really good knees. I mean, his striking is beautiful to watch. It's truly beautiful. And he's just one of the best to ever do it at keeping his range. He's probably top 5 all time in that. Joe Pyfer loves to be on the front foot, looking to pressure box you, and he throws a lot of power shots, and they seem to drop a lot of his opponents when they land. However, he hasn't faced a really great amount of competition in the UFC, and this guy lost to Jack Hermanson fairly recently, so that's not great. Israel Adesanya is obviously on a 3-fight losing streak, but it is okay. Izzy will come back, and he will finally get a dub this week. So, this is how the fight's going to go, guys. Israel Adesanya's going to keep his distance, keep his range. Pyfer's going to try to close the distance, and he's going to struggle. Izzy's going to be kicking the brakes off. He's going to be kicking his legs so many times. Guys, I'm really scared for Joe Pyfer's calves. It's going to be really bad. Izzy's going to be attacking those calves nonstop. And he knows what Pyfer's capable of. I hope he's watching tape. I know he's watching tape. He's going to watch the pressure boxing, and he's not going to take those big shots. He might land 1 or 2 in the first round, but Izzy has a really good chin. He'll be good. Izzy also can handle himself in the grappling room. Pyfer might look to grapple early. Pyfer is bigger, but Pyfer's not that high level of a grappler. He was being out-grappled by Abbas Magomedov. I know he got the submission win, but he was getting out-grappled before that. I think Izzy will be okay. I think Pyfer's obviously probably a better grappler, but Izzy's got good defensive grappling. He should be okay. Izzy is plus going to be really hard for Pyfer to get a hold of him, so Izzy is going to keep his distance very well, because like I said, he's one of the greatest to ever do it in that genre. So yeah, Pyfer's, I just see him throwing a lot of swings and hooks, and he's just going to be airballing. He's significantly slower than Izzy, and Izzy's just going to be making him look stupid. He's going to be countering him with lots of 1-2s and good jabs and hooks himself and some uppercuts, and we could see an early finish, I'm not going to lie. we might see a first, second round finish, I'll be honest, by Israel Adesanya. I think it's go one or two ways. Izzy absolutely dominates, keeps his distance. Pyfer gets frustrated from missing. He gets countered multiple times. He gets dropped. He's TKO'd and finished in the first or second round. Or Pyfer does really well. He does better. He uses his wrestling more in the early rounds. Gets some success, goes on, but Izzy's still doing a great job keeping his distance, but he's still kicking the life out of him. And he eventually, again, gets countered and finds that finish. Because remember, Izzy has a lot more 5-round experience than Joe Pyfer. He's going to be pretty tired in those later rounds, and I think Izzy could TKO him in the later rounds. 3rd, 4th, or 5th round TKO. Either way, I think it will be a finish. I could see it going to distance too, but I think it's more likely that there'll be a finish from either. But I am very, very confident that Israel Adesanya is going to knock out Joe Pyfer and get the dub this week. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. I'll be making my official prediction video on Thursday, and I'll be going more into depth this fight all week. Guys, it is fight week. Israel Adesanya is going to get the dub. He's finally going to get back on the win column, and he's going to beat Khamzat Chimaev and win the title. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys.